Hello and welcome. Welcome to my home and welcome to my sacred space that I prepared for you today. I'm very excited that you're here today. I'm Olivia and this is Tarot and Coffee with Olivia, here to do your daily pick a card. Do you know I appreciate you guys as much as I appreciate this coffee? And that's a lot. All right, so if you've never done a tarot pick a card, it's really easy to do. All you need to do is follow along. It's not hard. Right now I'm shuffling our thought of the day, and I'm using an affirmation deck. It's called I Am Everything. It's by Tarisha Clark. And I will link that in the description. We're using Tarot of the Old Path today for our tarot cards. Right now I'm going to do a few hard shuffles on the table here. Focus the camera. And there's only 30 cards in this deck, so it can be a little difficult doing a hard shuffle, but I'm going to do my best here. And try not to blow out the candle. If it happens, it happens. We'll just light it again. All right, so we've got some good shuffles in there. Let's go ahead and cut the deck. We'll pull from the bottom, and we'll see what we have today. I am grateful. I am grateful. So positive affirmations, you may not feel grateful today. That's okay. You still say it. You say it in the present tense as if you are grateful, and that helps to formulate it. That helps to make it happen. So here it goes. I am grateful. I realize that what is right about my life outnumbers what I perceive to be wrong about my life. I choose to focus on what makes me feel good. I am grateful. One of the things I am grateful every day for, and I will never, never, ever take for granted ever again, because I have been without hot and cold running water and a safe place to sleep. Those are two of the things that I am just very, very extremely grateful for. And that overshadows most things that could go wrong in my life. Yes, I'm grateful for food. There's a lot of other things I'm grateful for as well, but that is one of the things that I think of every day. So let's look and see what we have here. I have some card toppers, so it'll make it easy, to pick your card today. Let's show you up close. I have the Howlite of many faces, and looks like today he has kind of a sad face on. Although there are happy faces. And I think if you've been here before, you've probably seen the happy Buddha face. So there's that. And here's our Selenite. And yes, I say Selenite because it reminds me of the Greek goddess of the moon, Selene. And in Greek, it's pronounced Selene. And so I call it Selenite. And it grows in these long rods. It's really interesting. That's just a little piece of it. This is one of my favorite pocket rocks. It's got a nice little worry spot right here. It's just a beautiful, beautiful rock. It's nice. It fits nicely in the palm. And then we have, this one is also selenite, but I think it's called rose selenite. For some reason, I heard someone call it desert selenite once, but I haven't heard it again, so I'm not sure. But I like that. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of seconds here and have another sip of coffee while you pick your card. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video and take that time that you need. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and start picking up cards and telling you what your card is. Okay, we're going to start with the Howlite and see what you have. And we have the Five of Pentacles. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Yes, I did a little foreshadowing here with the sad face. But this isn't all bad. In fact, whenever I see this card, it's often an indicator that you are getting close to the end of your hardships and your travails. I'm trying to decide if I should tell you the little story. I think I'm going to. There's a story about a blind person and a story about a person who was lame, whose legs didn't work, and they helped each other out. They helped each other out. That's kind of a story that goes with this card, because we can be in a bad way and we can still find happiness, and we can be in a bad way and we can still find others to help. So this card here, I'm just going to read you what I wrote in my notes. There is much unnecessary need and unhappiness in the world and in ourselves. It will be well worth doing something to work against it by doing something about it. What is it? The unnecessary need and the unnecessary unhappiness. So if you've been going along to get along, and you've been trying and trying and trying, and you don't feel yourself coming out of this pit, find a way to help someone else. Because even if you're lame or blind, you can probably find someone that could use your help, or something, a volunteer project. Even if you just want to start thinking about where you might want to volunteer, or how you can actually do things from your own home. Like you could do, I don't even know. I don't know what your talents and your gifts are, but you have them. Now, you don't have to go out and find someone to do for. In fact, you may already be doing that. You may already be throwing your life into projects to help other people, and you're still unhappy. That's time to turn around and help yourself and figure out what it is that you need to do for yourself to drive away that unhappiness and that unnecessary need. Okay? But either way, remember that you're close to the end anyway. Darkest before the dawn. Now, I can't guarantee you happiness for any length of time, honestly. Because life, because life happens. It comes and it goes. But don't worry if you have that card today. It's actually not an indicator necessarily of much suffering. It's an indicator of coming out of suffering, okay? So let's see what we have under Selenite. And here we have the Seven of Swords. Now, sometimes when I see this card, but not this time, so maybe I shouldn't even mention it, but since I already started, sometimes this talks about deceit, but not today. This is not what we're talking about. This is talking about leaving self-doubt and old behaviors in the past. See how those swords are stuck into the ground? Leave it back there. You may have done it the same way for the past 20 years, but there still may be a better way. It's time for you to go ahead and move on and move towards a path where you trust yourself, you trust your ideas, leave your old behaviors behind, those that are not serving you, in order to move forward. It's very simple. It's very simple. Allow yourself to change and do something different today. And that's what we have for you. And moving into I am grateful. Oh, we didn't do the I am grateful with the Five of Pentacles, and we really need to with both of these cards. Gratitude is key to finding happiness, to helping others. Gratitude is key. Okay, let's see what's under the loop, loop, loop. Oh, yes. Yes, the moon. Speaking of Selene, the goddess of the moon. So this card is very, very complex. It's about a lot of things. So I'm going to tell you a few things I think of, or the few things that come up when I pull this card. Emotion, lots of emotion. Ancient knowledge and ancient instinct. Dream, like, in fact, just as soon as I said dream, I remembered part of my dream last night. I have a big old cat. He's been up to 29 pounds. I think he's at 26 now, but he's huge. And I dreamed last night he was a wild animal, and people were telling me I needed to get rid of him. And I was real sad about it, and I wasn't going to do it. Anyway, Yeah, I may be hanging on to some of that ancient instinct there in the dream. I also think about the words, the collective unconscious. So this card indicates today for you, make peace with God and the world. Make peace with your belief system. Make peace with your emotions, your instincts, your ancient instincts. Make peace. Open your heart and embrace your whole self, including your dark side. So it's kind of talking about getting all that stuff out of the closet today, kind of going over it. It may be overwhelmingly emotional. So take this card with a grain of salt. You may or may not want to do the activity. But do try to be grateful and in gratitude for who you are and gratitude for your instinctive self that may have gotten you into some trouble, but has also gotten you and maybe even saved your life at times, okay? So that dark side is there for a reason, you know? And we all have it. So I guess another thing I would like to say with this card, when you're unpacking today, unpacking all these emotions and all these feelings, realize that it's all good. It's all good. There's nothing to it's difficult, it's emotional. But getting to know and love yourself as a whole and being grateful for who you are and how you've come this far is very important. Because you have come a long way, baby. If you're getting that moon card, I'd be willing to bet that you've come a long way recently in the past few months. Okay, let's see what we have under our other selenite, our rose selenite. And we have the Emperor. This card is very masculine. It's a man's man. It's a man's man in a man's world. It's a beautiful card. The Emperor. This could be you, yourself, as in your masculine self, whether you be male or female, or it could be the way that you interact with men in your lives. So I just have one quote with this card. Let's just make it really simple. Well, okay, I have a couple of quotes. We're going to start with this one, and this is an anonymous quote. And it's, a man can stand anything if he can stand himself. I like that one. But it reminds me of Billy Joel's song. Which one is it? The words that I'm remembering are, either way, it's okay. You wake up with yourself. We do. That's who we wake up with every morning. It doesn't matter who else we might wake up with or not wake up with. We always wake up with ourselves. And if we can live with ourselves, then it's a good thing. Right? I do know people that have trouble with this, waking up with themselves. That's when change is in order, and the only people, we can change ourselves just as well as other people can change us, and other people can change us. So anyway, I wish I had more to say about this card right now, but I guess I don't. I really feel like that's the crux of it today, and I hope that is something that you can relate to, especially in being grateful. Being grateful where you are, who you are, what you're doing, and if you're not, you can always change that and bring it forward. So we're at the end. I hope you found it to be just what you needed. Please do take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Don't make life-altering decisions or changes based on this or any other Tarot Pick a Card video. But do connect with me on my social medias, linked below. Book with me on my website or on my Keen link for a personal detailed reading, and one that I can help you with major life decisions. At any rate, go ahead and subscribe. That's the most important thing. Come back. These daily readings are light. They are not intended to scare or hurt anyone. If you're feeling scared or hurt, give me a call. Don't worry about whether you can afford it or not. We can certainly work something out, especially if you are in need. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next time. Love you guys.